Hey everyone, okay, so today's video is building upon the video that I did when talking about adding oil to foundation. Now the reason we do that is to shear out the foundation, not to take away the coverage, but so that it goes on more fluid. When you look, and again, when you look at Instagram, and contouring has now gone absolutely crazy. The lines are drawn all over the face, as I have done for many, many years. But the amount of thickness of the product being used means that you need to use even more foundation to blend those lines, and that creates a heavy look on the face, which I don't personally care for. The purpose of contouring and highlighting is to add a glow. That is it, dimension to the face. Your face should glow and look like it's not one single flat plane. I'm going to show you how to do this in this video using the oil foundation technique. So the one thing I want you to bear in mind before you see the tutorial is when you're applying light and dark colors, obviously the lighter and dark you go, the more you need to be able to blend. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you should be able to see skin. When you're applying your highlight and contour colors, it needs to be sheared down. So you've applied it, you then need to go in and move it around. You want to see your own skin coming through the light and the dark shades on your face. It's very, very important. And lastly, as I kind of talk you through this tutorial, I'm using my foundation brush, which is the number 10 brush. What makes it slightly different from a lot of other brushes is that the bristles are mostly long, whereas a lot of them are long here and then they go small in the center. This is purely for blending. And you will see in this video that the reason that this was designed like this is because you don't have to do this. Nuh-uh. You can apply your foundation just like this, which means no micro exfoliation, no problems for people with dry skin, no over tugging or moving the skin, and no shedding. Very, very important. So I hope you like this tip and you can see what I'm talking about when I talk about highlighting, contouring. It's not about looking like you have the most amazing cheekbones, it's looking like your skin is glowing. So let's get to it.
Okay, so the first thing we're doing is applying concealer. And the whole point of this is that we make it transparent so you can see the skin underneath. So it doesn't really matter how heavy you're applying it, you're going to shear it out by pressing and smearing it into the skin. So you can still see the lightness and darkness, because I've done this quite extreme for camera, but you want to still be able to see skin through all of the contouring and highlighting, which is why you can see I'm smoothing it out. Because the second we add concealer, we're adding texture to the skin, which is why we did that tip before this video on adding oil to the foundation to thin it out, so that when we go over this, we don't see lots and lots of makeup, we just see dimension on the skin. So you can see the places I put the highlight, and I'm just rubbing it and blending it into the skin, so the light's still there, but you can see the skin coming through. So we're going to start with the dark now. And again, this is taken to an extreme for camera. You can be as subtle as you want, but we're applying the dark on the areas we want to recede. And all this really is about is not creating a cheekbone or a sculpted nose, it's just to create dimension on the face. So I'm applying it with a brush and then blending it in with my fingers for that transparency again. So you can see a more full look here. And I'm just going around the lips with a lighter shade as well. I will contour the sides of the nose later on. Now you're taking your foundation mixed with oil to shear it and thin it down, and watch what I'm doing. I'm tapping it onto the skin. I'm not swirling the brush, which is why this brush was designed with the long hairs, to blend everything in. And you'll see that there's no added texture to the skin. We're adding the foundation, but it's now thin and it's sheer, so that you're not caked in makeup, you're not really painted. The skin still looks like skin, which is really the goal with foundation and contouring and highlighting. So you'll see the whole look come together now. But again, it does take practice to achieve this. And after this video, there is another tip coming up, which is going to show you a really cool way of removing and reducing oil and how to powder your skin so it looks like nothing. So you can see I'm doing circular motions around the eyes, but that's about it. I'm just going to contour the sides of the nose. Now I tend to do this afterwards, and that will pretty much complete the tutorial. So you'll see the full look. You can see the face has added dimension in warmth, there's light in the center, but it's not painted to filth. And that is the goal. And there you go. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time with the tip that will conclude this part. Thanks so much, bye-bye.